Should I stay or should I go? That age-old question has taken on new life for businesses debating the right time to vacate the premises and move their IT operations to the cloud. Fortunately for many companies, the answer doesn't have to be an either-or one. Instead, they can have the best of both worlds. That's what hybrid cloud is about. By connecting their on-premises data centers or private clouds to a public cloud, businesses can keep their proprietary data and applications on-site and move less sensitive workloads up there. A hybrid cloud environment opens the door to a more abundant mix of hardware, applications, resources, and services. IT assets can be delivered to an enterprise on demand from numerous global locations, while other systems remain under its direct control. Hybrid cloud offers the potential for greater flexibility, agility, scalability, and interoperability, plus more storage options, strong regulatory compliance, and cost savings. Here, we'll examine the basics of hybrid cloud environments, as well as the benefits, challenges, and strategies that businesses need to know. For a deeper dive, explore our complete collection on all things hybrid cloud by clicking the link above or in the description below. In a hybrid cloud, companies deploy different workloads in private IT environments and public clouds, and often move workloads and data between them as computing needs and costs change. A typical hybrid cloud simultaneously involves these common elements. Local. Some applications are deployed on-premises in a traditional data center. These workloads are often mission-critical ones in which regulatory or business pressures require the company to exert direct control over the IT infrastructure, applications, and data. Cloud. Other applications and data stores are deployed to a public cloud provider's data center in a selected region. These deployments are often less critical, less sensitive, or less used workloads, as well as short-term or experimental deployments. The business manages and interacts with these systems through the cloud provider's web portals and APIs. It's increasingly common for an enterprise to use more than one public cloud to benefit from each cloud's unique resource or service offerings. And software as a service, or SaaS, and platform as a service, or PaaS. Additional applications and data stores are hosted in the cloud by SaaS and PaaS providers. Common SaaS examples include HR, accounting, finance, business intelligence, and software development toolkits, while PaaS is a complete cloud environment for building, running, and managing applications. There's a common misconception that hybrid cloud and multi-cloud infrastructures are the same, but there are key differences. A hybrid cloud creates a single environment for a combination of on-premises private resources, public cloud resources like those offered by Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud, and the services offered by SaaS and PaaS providers. A multi-cloud environment consists of two or more public cloud providers. It doesn't involve a private cloud or on-premises systems, but a hybrid cloud can include a multi-cloud component. And just to be perfectly clear, let's also compare public and private clouds. Public cloud relies on a third-party provider for on-demand IT resources such as virtual machines, applications, storage, and compute services over the internet or a dedicated network. Public cloud providers host workloads and deliver cloud services to multiple organizations. Pricing is pay-as-you-go. Businesses pay only for the capacity they use, which is typically metered and billed as a monthly fee. Private cloud, on the other hand, typically uses an on-premises architecture in a company's local data center or a separate physical infrastructure provided by a third party. Organizations don't share private cloud resources with other users. On-premises computing requires a high upfront investment and additional costs, primarily for procurement, installation, and maintenance. A hybrid cloud architecture requires these four main components. 1. At least one public infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, platform like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. 2. Private computing resources, such as an on-premises data center, which typically includes some private cloud capability. 3. A network connection to the hybrid cloud's private and public cloud environments. And 4. A common software platform for provisioning, operating, and managing the private and public cloud elements as a unified, highly automated, policy-driven environment. Since businesses have no direct control over a SaaS, PaaS, or IaaS architecture, They must adjust their on-premises resources, environments, policies, and workflows to make them compatible with their chosen public cloud platform's resources, services, and APIs. Cloud providers often supply models and best practices that can accelerate business integration and adoption. Hybrid cloud architectures traditionally build a virtualization layer, or hypervisor, on top of on-premises resources to create and support virtual machines and container-based workloads. On top of this layer, IT teams install a private cloud software layer that delivers various cloud capabilities, including self-service access to compute or database instances and other IT services. This layer is then integrated with services and APIs from public cloud providers. But there's also a newer hybrid cloud architecture approach. Cloud providers now offer hybrid cloud platforms that extend public cloud infrastructure and services into private data centers. In this approach, everything is based on the same software stack. Systems from a cloud provider are installed in a customer's data center. In some cases, providers or hardware partners manage the systems remotely. In others, customers self-manage them. Before going hybrid, first consider these use cases, their advantages, and potential challenges so you can better determine whether a hybrid cloud architecture fits your company's IT and business needs. Digital transformation. Companies modernizing their IT infrastructure through public cloud adoption often have legacy applications or compliance needs that make it impractical for them to entirely shut down private data centers. Hybrid cloud enables companies with different workload demands to migrate some parts of their IT infrastructure to the cloud and keep other parts on premises. But be aware that on-premises and public cloud environments aren't fully compatible or easily synchronized. Application migration. Hybrid clouds provide secure and proven landing zones for existing on-premises applications. They also offer viable options for selecting the most advantageous cloud environment and improving maintenance of code updates. Old applications, however, might not be good migration candidates. Development and testing. It's cheaper and faster to develop and test applications in the public cloud because there's no need to purchase and set up on-premises hardware. Software developers routinely use public cloud platforms and cloud services, such as storage, to host development projects. But data quality and security can be compromised in public cloud environments and shake the foundation of application development and testing. Cloud bursting. Hybrid clouds provide flexibility for workloads when there's a need for extra capacity, especially in unpredictable use cases like media processing and seasonal retail bursting. But cloud bursting must be carefully executed to avoid latency when moving data in distributed environments. Distributed data processing. Hybrid cloud environments provide access to data and applications stored on-premises and off-site, speed processing times, and reduce latency without extensive local infrastructure. Nonetheless, maintaining security and consistency across distributed datasets can be challenging without encryption and access controls. Backup and disaster recovery. Businesses can replicate on-premises workloads and backup data in the cloud. If there's a disruption in the data center, workloads fail over to the cloud environment and operate via on-demand cloud resources. But hybrid clouds are critically dependent on access such as internet connectivity. Any network disruption or outage will effectively halt hybrid cloud operations, requiring businesses to implement adequate wide-area network resources and plan for backup connectivity. Mergers and acquisitions. Integration of data and applications from the old to the new entity is critical after a merger or acquisition. One hybrid cloud expert opined that most major IT cleanup projects involve merged companies that were never integrated and ultimately became a backpack of rocks. Hybrid cloud can better address differences in corporate functions such as HR, ERP, customer relationship management, and supply chain management. Still, IT will have to cope with the complexities created by different hardware, platforms, and application infrastructures. AI and machine learning. Building generative AI large language models or machine learning models on premises can be costly because of the required system resources. A hybrid cloud setup can help enterprises adapt to advances in AI technology and apply the most cost-effective hardware. But developing and running AI workloads on a hybrid infrastructure through public clouds can introduce new security, privacy, and data management issues. Edge computing. By using edge computing in hybrid clouds, businesses can more readily stage data-intensive and time-sensitive tasks closer to the source to reduce latency, ease networking requirements, and improve data protection. Maintaining security in highly distributed edge environments, however, might require zero-trust architectures and additional security management techniques. And IT management. Hybrid cloud management tools and practices can improve visibility into IT workloads. They can also ease migration from legacy systems to modern cloud platforms, speed the integration of new technologies, and simplify compliance and risk management. On the flip side, IT teams need to ensure compatibility, accountability, cost controls, smooth workflows, data governance, and security across private and public cloud environments. With limited IT modernization choices on premises compared to cloud-native offerings, companies that are digitally transforming need to look skyward and explore all options above, beyond, and in conjunction with the physical data center. But migration to the cloud doesn't have to mean abandoning many of the advantages of on-premises infrastructures. Finding the right mix of technologies and services in a hybrid cloud environment can help businesses speed digital transformation, optimize costs, and keep up with the Jetsons, or at least high-flying competitors working to do the same thing.